House Oversight Republicans say new findings confirm serious suspicions about President Biden's fitness and true control of the White House during his term. The panel shared their report today, saying senior aides and the president's doctor allegedly concealed Biden's mental and physical decline. They did this by tightly managing his schedule and appearances. The probe claims staffers sometimes used an auto-pen to sign executive actions without Biden's direct authorization. Republicans have now referred the president's physician and top advisors to the DOJ and D.C.'s medical board. One America's John Hines has more from Washington.
The House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform has now released its staff report, The Biden Auto-Pen Presidency, Decline, Delusion, and Deception in the White House. The report concludes that President Joe Biden's aides exercised presidential authority and facilitated executive actions without his authorization, including misusing the auto-pen and failing to properly document decision-making processes. In a written statement accompanying the 91-page report, Committee Chairman James Comer stated, quote, "Executive actions performed by the Biden White House staff and signed by auto-pen are null and void," a point that Comer alluded to in an earlier exclusive interview with One America News.
At the end of the day, I can say this, John, there were a lot of inconsistencies. The people, we identified the people who operated the auto-pen. We asked questions like, who gave you the document to put into the auto-pen? We would trace those people back, and we would always ask the question, how did Joe Biden approve this? And they would say, well, there was a process, and one person would say process A, one person would say process B, one person would say process C. And then the emails that we were sitting on were released. And that whole different process when the Department of Justice was asking these same people how they were using the auto-pen and whether or not Joe Biden was aware of the use of the auto-pen. The Department of Justice, this is the Merrick Garland Department of Justice. This isn't the Donald Trump Pam Bondi Department of Justice. This is Biden's own Department of Justice. We're sending emails warning the Biden insiders who are operating that auto-pen about the excessive use of the auto-pen on legal documents. You cannot use an auto-pen excessively on legal documents.
Comer referred evidence in the 91-page staff report to Attorney General Pam Bondi, writing in part, quote, "Barring documentation establishing a record of President Biden's decision-making, the committee deems void President Biden's executive actions that were signed using the auto-pen, and the committee determines that action by the Department of Justice is warranted to address the legal consequences of that determination." Additionally, in his letter to Bondi, Comer writes that, quote, "Two of Biden's most senior advisors, Anthony Bernal and Annie Tomasini, as well as White House physician Dr. Kevin O'Connor, invoke their Fifth Amendment rights and refuse to testify to the committee. Yet evidence suggests these people were deeply involved in a cover-up," according to Comer. Comer's letter then concludes, quote, "We request that you undertake an investigation to determine if any action taken by these three individuals constitutes criminal activity." The committee also referred Dr. O'Connor to the Board of Medicine for the District of Columbia, recommending, quote, "discipline, sanction, or revocation of his medical license." Biden issued more pardons and commutations than any other president in history. The auto-pen signed commutations for thousands of federal prisoners, many of them violent offenders, and was used to commute the sentences of nearly every federal inmate on death row, among them people convicted of murder in the deaths of children and law enforcement officers. The auto-pen was also used to pardon members of Biden's family and political allies. John Hines, One America News, Washington.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.